John Dillinger and Le Chasseur Maudit by Charles Bukowski. It's unfortunate and simply not the style, but I don't care. Girls remind me of hair in the sink. Girls remind me of intestines and bladders and the excretory movements. It's unfortunate also that ice cream bells, babies, engine valves, plagiostomes, palm trees, footsteps in the hall, all excite me with the cold calmness of the gravestone. Nowhere, perhaps, is there sanctuary except in hearing that there were other desperate men. Dillinger, Rimbaud, Villain, Babyface, Nelson, Seneca, Van Gogh, or desperate women. Lady wrestlers, nurses, waitresses, whores, poetesses. Although, I do suppose the breaking out of ice cubes is important, or a mouse nosing an empty beer can. Two hollow emptinesses looking into each other, or the night sea stuck with soiled ships that entered the charry web of your brain with their lights, with their salty lights that touch you and leave you for the more solid love of some India, or driving great distances without reason, sleep drugs through open windows that tear and flap your shirt like a frightened bird, and always the stoplights, always red, night fire and defeat, scorpion scraps, fardels, ex-jobs, ex-wives, ex-faces, ex-lives, Beethoven in his grave as dead as a beet, red wheelbarrows, yes, perhaps, or a letter from hell signed by the devil, or two good boys beating the guts out of each other in some cheap stadium full of screaming smoke. But mostly, I don't care. Sitting here with a mouthful of rotten teeth, sitting here reading Herrick and Spencer and Marvel and Hopkins and Bronte, Emily today, and listening to the Dvorak Midday Witch, or Frank's Le Chasseur Maudit. Actually, I don't care, and it's unfortunate. I have been getting letters from a young poet, very young it seems, telling me that someday I will most surely be recognized as one of the world's great poets. Poet, a malversation. The day I walked in the sun and streets of this city, seeing nothing, learning nothing, being nothing, and coming back to my room, I passed an old woman who smiled a horrible smile. She was already dead, and everywhere I remembered wires, telephone wires, electric wires, wires for electric fences, trapped like goldfish in the glass and smiling. And the birds were gone. None of the birds wanted wire or the smiling of wire, and I closed my door at last. But through the windows it was the same. A horn honked, somebody laughed, a toilet flushed. And oddly then, I thought of all the horses with numbers that have gone by in the screaming. Gone by like Socrates, gone by like Lorca, like Chatterton. I'd rather imagine our death will not matter too much, except as a matter of disposal, a problem, like dumping the garbage. And although I have saved the young poet's letters, I do not believe them. But like at the deceased palm trees and at the end of the sun, I sometimes look.